Hello, I'm Susan Woods, your Black Lives Matter investigator. Yes, I'm still investigating Black Lives Matter. However, not as often as I used to due to time constraints. I'm still concerned, very concerned about the betrayal that this organization is committed on the Black community primarily. So I wanted to share some very important information with you regarding the leadership structure of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. I'm going to walk you through the steps of sharing this information so that I can make things very, very clear regarding how things have changed since Patrisse Khan-Cullars announced her resignation from the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. So I'm going to walk you through the steps, starting back with an announcement that I made regarding the leadership structure earlier this year. So just give me a moment to pause my screen to be able to pull up that information because it's very important. I want you to know about the leadership structure of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation as it stands today, December 31st, 2021. Just one moment, please, and thank you. So I'm pulling up information to share with you as a reminder. Now, you may recall that I created a video earlier this year, I think around September, October, announcing the new leaders of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. And it says, meet the new interim leaders of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, because that was the announcement that was made regarding the new leadership. So I'm gonna scoot on over to the point where the announcement shows. Here is the announcement, and I'm just gonna read a portion of it. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation today announced that BLM co-founder and current executive director, Patrisse Khan-Cullars, will be transitioning from her role and named 2 senior executives to support the organization. The senior executives are Makani Themba, chief strategist at Higher Ground Change Strategies and former executive director of the Praxis Project, and Monifa Bandele, Chief Operating Officer at Time's Up Foundation. Both women have been supporters and advisors of Black Lives Matter since its inception. So that's what I announced through a video message that I uploaded, because again, that's what was shared. That's the announcement on May the 27th, 2021. So let me pause, and I'm gonna go to something else that's really gonna be shocking for you, because it certainly shocked me. So let me get out of here so that I can go to where I need to be. And again, thank you so much for your patience with me. I don't have producers in the background making transitions for me. All of this is Susan Woods doing it on her own. So thank you so much for your patience with me transitioning from screen to screen. Now what I'm going to share with you is an email that I received. Now this email is from Makani Themba herself, one of the leaders that was announced as one of the co-executive directors that was going to take over on an interim basis of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. So here is her email, or message rather, that she sent to my website on Sunday, December 12th, 2021. As you can see, it's from Makani Themba, and her email and phone number made up. So here's a comment. Dear Ms. Woods, it has come to my attention that you have a video claiming that I and Monifa Bandele are the leaders of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. As we indicated in a public statement in September, we were never hired by the Black Lives Matter and never held the position. The May announcement was made before there was a formal agreement. Let's read that again. The May announcement that you just saw that I shared in a video was made before there was a formal agreement. You can find our statement at the Twitter address. So let me now go to the Twitter address so that you can see the statement for yourself. Okay, this is a statement that they have on Twitter that was placed on Twitter on September the 3rd, 2021 by Makani Themba. Statement by Monifa Bandele and Makani Themba, Reason Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. First of all, we want to express our thanks to all of those who expressed their support and solidarity upon the news of our being asked to serve as interim senior co-executives of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. We are honored by your trust. We are issuing this statement as an update. Although a media advisory was released indicating that we were tapped to play the role of senior co-executives at Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, we were not able to come to an agreement with the Acting Leadership Council about our scope of work and authority. As a result, we did not have the opportunity to serve in this capacity. We wanted to be sure to inform our community of this fact as we move on to serve our movement in other ways. We wish Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation the best and hope that someday soon there will be established a leadership structure that draws on the strengths of Black Lives Matter's grassroots network, the entity where its organizing work resides. Thank you again to all who offered their support during this journey. We take heart in knowing that our people will be free, that we are a strong and resilient movement, and that the ecosystem of organizations fighting for Black liberation is as strong as ever. So this is the announcement refuting the May announcement that was made by the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. So let me go back to the email chain so I can show you my response to this. So after she shared this information with me, I responded back to her because I went and I read the message that she shared. So I'm going to share this with you now, my email response after reading her announcement. So here's my email response. Hello, Ms. Themba. Thanks for sharing the updates. Since I don't follow you nor Ms. Bandele, I didn't read the announcement regarding your Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation employment status. I apologize for sharing incorrect information, and I will remove the video from my YouTube channel. Since June 2020, I've been investigating the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and the former chapters. My investigative results are absolutely ridiculous. There is no financial transparency at this moment. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation doesn't show the leaders or the financial reports. Where is the $90 million the former leader, Patrisse Khan-Cullars, admits the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation received last year in the wake of the George Floyd murder? Finally, you mentioned the council in the statement. Who are the council members? I would like to contact them to request information. I commend you on your decision to decline the job opportunity at the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. Susan Woods, MBA. So let me share her response to that email. Hello, Ms. Woods. Thank you for taking the time to respond and for your willingness to update this info. Because we were never onboarded, we didn't receive any detailed information on the foundation, including who all serves on the council. This is in distinction from the Black Lives Matter Grassroots Network, its own entity, which already has a public-facing governing bodies. My apologies for not having more information. Happy holidays to you. So this is her response. they were never onboarded as co-senior executive leaders of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, despite the announcement that the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation made in May. It never happened. So it was a flat out lie. Now you would think that the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation's website would reflect this new important information, but it does not. Now she references the Black Lives Matter Grassroots Network. I have no idea what that is, but I will investigate to try to learn more about it. And if you know what it is, please share in the comments what it is, because I have no clue. But I'm going to go to the Black Lives Matter. Let me pause one last time. And I'm going to go to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation's website to let you see that there is no information there regarding leadership in any capacity. This is the About page, and you would think the About page would have information about the leadership, about who's governing the organization, when Patrisse Khan-Cullars, Opal Tometi, and Alicia Garcia were the leaders. They were shown here very clearly as being the leaders of the organization. But here, when you look at the About, this is what you see. It just talks about the history of the organization. This is old information. This is information from its earliest website, one of the earlier websites. So there's no information about leadership. You can scroll through and see for yourself. So who is leading the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation in terms of executive council, in terms of the board of directors, in terms of the leadership team? Who's managing the $90 million? What's going on? I'm still investigating this organization because I still am not getting any answers. And it's so sad. It is so pathetic that I'm still at this stage of almost going into 2 years now, investigating the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, and still don't have any clear answers at all. As I suspected, as time passes on, people are not concerned about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and what is happening with the money. I mean, it's old news now. No one is really investigating that I'm aware of the way that they used to. There used to be many people investigating behind the scenes, trying to figure out what's going on. But the leadership team, the former leadership team, Patrisse Khan-Cullars, Opal Tometi, Alicia Garcia, they got out. They got the money and ran. They got the money and ran. Let's just be honest with you. Let's just be honest about it. They took the money and ran. They have established book deals. They've established documentaries. They have exploited the plight of the Black community, specifically Black men being killed. They've exploited that for their own personal gain. And it doesn't seem as if anyone is holding them accountable for the money. Patrisse Khan-Cullars in particular has been very flamboyant about the way she's spending money. And people say, well, oh, Susan, she's working for the money. She has a job at a community college. She's selling books. Okay, right, sure. If you want to believe that, that's your prerogative. I am not going to debate the issue on that. But all I know, or all I'm asking is for transparency. That's it, for transparency. And this organization has transitioned from one fiscal sponsor to the other. From the time from 2013 up until now, they've transitioned from one fiscal sponsor to the other and finally established their own 501c3 status in August of 2020, okay? So the money has been moved around intentionally to make it difficult to track. So again, I'm Susan Woods, and the reason that I am so passionate about trying to find out what is going on with Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation is because people really invested money through this organization under the impression that the money would trickle down to the Black community in some way. And it hasn't. And there would never be a time again in history, ever, where you would have people from around the world marching on behalf of Black people. That would never happen again, ever, ever. That was a once in a lifetime opportunity for us to really make a difference in our communities. Look around, look around. Look in your Black communities. What difference has the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation made in your own Black community? What difference has it made? $90 million is what they admit to receiving. But we all know it's way more than that. If you want to help me try to get some answers before it's too late, because the more time passes, the more our chances of getting answers diminishes. Please sign the change.org petition. I have placed the link to it in this video message description page. Please help me get some answers, not for myself, but for the grassroots nonprofit organizations that are trying, desperately trying to do good work in the Black communities that they serve, and all they need is money. All they need is the money, some of the money that people thought they were investing to help us, to help the Black community. Please help me. Just sign your name. And I will pass that information on to the FBI and to the IRS. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for the encouraging words that you've shared with me on this journey to finding the truth. Thank you, and Happy New Year.